Well, hello there, boys and girls. It's your boy Big Red for another episode of the Ghetto Gourmet. I just woke up, if you can't tell, bags under the eyes, tired as hell, overslept. Hell, it's 7:30 in the morning. I'm usually up by 5. But anyway, I must have needed to sleep. But anyway, that's another story. So, I'm hungry. Haven't eaten nothing since yesterday. And that was a little snack. But anyway, well, I had a lunch and I had a snack last night. So I'm hungry as heck. So I am gonna make something. I don't even know what I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna experiment with some ramen noodles. I mean, I've done a ramen noodle challenge. I've did a udon noodle challenge. I showed y'all how to make chili hot dog ramen noodles. But today I'm going to just grab a bunch of crap and make it. And then we'll name it at the end together. How's that? So let's get started. I am going to not use a pot this time. I'm going to use a pan. I'm going to use a pan. Or do I have a smaller pan? That smaller pan's not going to be enough. So, I'm going to use a pan. I'm going to get this burner up and going. Well, before we even get the burner going, because I don't want to waste electricity, I've got a few ingredients that I'm thinking about using here. Let's see, like butter. I've got a little leftover onion from a previous episode and a little leftover garlic. So I'd like to utilize some of that, because that's what ghetto cooking's all about. Ghetto cooking's about two different things. It's not so much what you cook, and really not so much how you cook it. It's ghetto cooking is more of a big using what you have around the house and big flavor with a small budget. So let me cut a little bit of this onion here. I'm gonna slice one slice, and I don't feel like getting a slicer out to do it, so bear with me. It's not going to be an even slice, but it's still going to be a slice nonetheless. And then we still got onion to use for something else later. Look at that. We could still use that for something else. So, I'm going to use one slice of a sweet onion. We're going to chop that up nice and fine. We're going to use 1 toe of garlic. We're going to dice that up nice and fine. Oh, I shouldn't say dice it up nice and fine. We're just going to rough chop it. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm just rough chopping. Alright, so I can tell you can't see as much. So let me stop this. I'm going to flip it over. There you go. Now you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. So I just rough chopped this onion here. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, you can see it's just rough chopped. Nothing fine. Let's peel this garlic here. Chop off the edge. Chop off the edge. Once you do that, usually peels real good. I'm just gonna and I'm gonna rough chop this garlic, but I'm gonna chop it even smaller than the onion. So I just want to squeeze the toe sideways and cut it lengthwise, and then come back and cut it widthways. That'll give me a finer chop than what I did with the onion. Mad knife skills, mad knife skills. Back over here, you getting in the pot. Everybody's getting in the bus, okay? All of y'all all paid for a ride. Y'all all getting in. Stay together with your group. Everybody gets a ride. All right, so now that we've done that, let's turn on our, because I thought it was going to be more intense. Let's turn on the heat to start. Get our butter. Get a tablespoon of butter. Maybe a little bit more because butter makes everything better. A little bit more. Butter is your friend. Alright, I don't think we're going to need this anymore. I don't think we're going to need the butter no more. Put the onion back in the fridge. Alright, we're going to take our, we're going to use Oriental flavor ramens today, because what I have in mind deals with Oriental. I'm going to take 1 can of chunky tuna, light, in water, not oil. Let me go open that right quick. Oh, yes, baby. I know you smell the tuna. I know. Wait until I get mine and you get yours. I'm going to just drain off this tuna, because we don't want none of the liquid from it. So squeeze out as much of the water as you possibly can. You'll get yours in a minute, little girl. Alright, now this butter's starting to melt just like I'm hoping it would. I'm going to put it on a lower heat, put it on medium as to not burn it. And what we're going to do here is we're going to sorry about that, my hands were still wet. We'll take our flavor packet out. We're going to take our garlic, put it in a frying pan with the butter. Same thing with our onions. Open our flavor pack, set it off to the side for a minute. Bring this heat back up a little bit. That's too low. I got it on about a medium high with that garlic, the onions. And then, now that the butter's all melted and it's coated all over that, we're going to add our flavor pack to the butter. Let me show y'all what that looks like. See the butter, the onions, the garlic, and the flavor pack. Can you see that? Yeah, I can see that. All right. Sorry about the way I'm doing this, but you just keep it stirring, almost like you're making a roux. Also, we'd like to add just a little bit of soy. Not much, just a couple of drops of soy in there. And just to heat it up a little bit, some Chinese ketchup, better known as sriracha. I'm just going to put a couple squirts in there. And now that we've got this let me see here. Now that we have this nice roux going, now it's time to add the tuna fish. So now, like I said, it's time to add the tuna fish to this. And you don't want to burn it, so you got to do all this pretty quick. So I wish I had a cameraman, but unfortunately I don't. And see, here you also, you don't let all of that go to waste if you got a kitty. There you go, baby girl. So what I'm going to do there is I'll start heating up this here tuna fish. Oh, it smells so good. And then we're going to add half of the amount of water that you would normally use to make your ramens, which is normally 2 cups. Let's start off with about, I got a cup of water here. Let's start off with about half of that. not yet. Let's let this tuna cook a little better. Get a little more coated. Add some of that. And so far we put about I can't see that side. Put about 1/3 of a cup of water. Let's go with a little more. All right, so far I used right at 1/4 cup of water. I'll break our ramens in half. Let's actually get all the little pieces. Let's break them in fourths. Whoa. Come back here. Everybody gets in the pot. Everybody takes a ride. Alright, I'm going to bring this party up a little higher. Add about another 1/4 cup of water. So now we add about 1/2 cup of water in. Bring this up all the way high. We want that water. We want the water in there to start boiling, so these noodles will start separating. And just keep flipping your chunks over and over. It looks like an ooey gooey mess, but we're gonna find out. Like I said, we're experimenting. I'm thinking maybe I should have used a pot instead of a skillet. I don't know, but these noodles are starting to break up, so as long as you keep flipping them, I think we do all right. And as your liquid starts evaporating, add a little more. You want it to evaporate, but you also want your noodles to cook. Add just a teeny bit more water. And just constantly stir this here. It looks nasty as hell, but I bet this is going to taste so good. I probably could have actually left this in a big chunk, my noodles. And it would eventually and once your noodles start to look done, you can tell when they're done. They get what do you call that? They get limp, and you can easily move them around. You want to cook off all the water. I need a little bit more water because they're not quite done just yet. You don't want them soupy. And just constantly stir it. And see all that steam? That's all the liquid coming off of it. Alright, and they look pretty much done. So we're going to cut this heat. Get us a bowl. And you can eat this on a plate or a bowl, but I want it in a bowl. Let me show y'all the consistency it'll look like once you are done. See, there you go. It'll just look like a glob of noodles and nastiness, but I'm sure it's good. I don't know. I'm experimenting. Alright, we got the heat off. Now we're just going to plate it up. Get all that goodness out of there. Every little morsel of tuna, we're going to get it all out. Or at least attempt to. That's why I said you want the chunky tuna, so because as you're cooking it, it's going to break down. Alright, let's put some water in this pan so it doesn't get sticky. Put our soy sauce away. Throw away our trash. Turn off the water. The cat's finished with the tuna can, so we'll throw that away. So there you have it. So let's name this. We're going to name this Asian Fried... Wait, let's see. Hold on. We're going to name it Asian Tuna Fried Ramens. So that's it. Asian Fried Tuna Ramens. There you have it. So let me get a fork. Could actually probably use chopsticks for this, but only got a couple pair of throwaway chopsticks left. Save that for a special occasion. Get a fork. The only thing to do left, you guessed it, put it in your mouth. All right, so here we are at the glorious dining room coffee table. And where's my remote? Over there. Okay, so let's see what this tastes like. I mean, it looks good. It smells good. I mean, it looks nasty, smells good. Let's see. It's very tunery. Or I should say very canned tunery. But the flavors on that is holy smokes. Man. This is amazing. It's hot. Fire hot, not spicy hot. Let me get my remote. Come here, Mr. Remote. Put on something on the tube. Lower the sound. Man, this is, and I mean, what's the price of a ramen noodle pack? 20 cents? 15 cents if you're lucky. Sometimes you could get 5 for $1. But lately they went up. So, I mean, can of tuna, 80 cents. Ramen, 20 cents. So that's $1 right there. Onion. You see, I'll use very little onion. Use very little garlic. And a little bit of butter. So for less than $2, because I mean, the amount of butter I used and the amount of garlic and onion I used, and you'd still have a ton for other things. So you would have for less than $2 this killer dish. I'm thinking about next time getting a can of that chunky chicken. And I'm sure you do it the same way. Instead of having a tuna flavored, you have a chicken flavor. So there you have it, boys and girls. Asian tuna fried ramens. It's amazing because, I mean, if I would have used a smaller can of tuna, I would have had less tuna. And bigger, I'll have too much tuna. But the size can I got tuna in every bite. I've got noodles in every bite. And it's all just packed with flavor. Unbelievable how good this is. And then every so often you get a hint of, you get a piece of garlic and you get a piece of onion. That just does that boom, boom, 1-2 combination up in your mouth. Man. Because you don't get onion and garlic in every bite. I mean, some of the flavors in there, but you don't get that little chunk. It's when you get that little extra chunk, they start pounding your mouth with Flavor Town. Or Super Flavor Town. It's like if you're eating and you don't get a chunk of garlic and onion combo, you get a hint of the flavor, just a hint. And that's like their mild-mannered Clark Kent persona. But when you get that chunk of garlic and chunk of onion, it's not a big chunk. You saw how small I diced it. That's when the freaking S and cape comes out and you got Superman. Bow, 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 bam. Flavor Town all in your mouth. So, man, this is, for just experimenting, this is some ghetto fabulous meal here. This will take you real deep in the ghetto, this. I mean, super cheap, super flavorful, super ghetto. Gordon Ramsay wouldn't fuck with this. But I bet you he'll like the flavor. I definitely want to try this with a different flavor. And I mean, think about this. The combinations are endless. Because I mean, think about this. Right off the top of my head, I could think of like 4 different meats I could put in there to make it ghetto fabulous. I could use the tuna, like I did. They make chicken in a can like that. Hell, you could chop up some Spam, put it in there if Spam is your thing. You could chop up some hot dogs, if hot dogs are your thing. So there's tuna, chicken, Spam, hot dogs. You're only limited by your imagination. And the only other thing you're limited by is the amount of ramen flavors they have. And if you want to put, like I made mine sort of Asian. I put some Chinese ketchup and some freaking soy sauce in it with the Oriental flavor packing. So you are only limited by what flavor ramen you get and what you decide to put in it. I mean, basically, you could make this. You can make this any kind of way. And then you're not so much really limited by the flavor pack of your ramen, because you could actually make a roux with butter and flour and then add whatever you have in your spice rack. So then the combinations are endless. So with that being said, boys and girls, breakfast is done. It's time to start editing videos. But for the meantime, down there, subscription bar. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care which, but mainly that subscription button, because that lets you know when I have new content. And I do other shows besides the Ghetto Gourmet. A few are food related, and then a few others are just, me rambling about crap. And anyhow, subscription button, click it. You know when I got new content. Down there, comment section. If you want to see me try to cook something, let me know. I'll try it if I think I could do it. I answer all my comments. Also, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up. It don't matter. We like these better. And anyway, as always, tell your ma, tell your pa, tell your greasy grandma. Share this video with your family and friends, please. Also, as always, thanks for watching Big Red on the Ghetto Gourmet. And may all of your cooking experiences be ghetto fabulous. I'll see y'all next time. Hi, and thanks for watching
another episode of the Ghetto Gourmet. If you like that video, subscribe. Click that little subscribe button, please. And if you enjoyed it, there's a little like button down there. Give me the thumbs up. And if you have a comment, there's a section down there, comment section. Leave a comment. I reply to all my comments. If there's something you want me to try to cook, just name it, put it down there. I'll give it a try. Also, I have 2 other web series. The Comics from the Can, and also White Trash Guide to Buffets Across America. Give those a view. Check them out. Think you may enjoy them. Until next time, enjoy cooking Ghetto Fabulous style.